In our modern world, filled with constant noise and endless distractions, the ability to remain calm is a rare and valuable trait. The ancient Stoic philosophers such as Seneca Epicus and Marcus Aurelius taught us that true strength lies not in physical power or outward aggression, but in the inner peace and discipline of the mind. Watch to the end as we share these timeless teachings. We will see how calmness is the true embodiment of strength and how adopting a Stoic mindset can transform our lives for the better. Imagine for a moment a stormy sea. The waves crash violently against the rocks, and the wind howls with unrelenting force. In the midst of this chaos, a single lighthouse stands firm and unmoved, its light cutting through the darkness, guiding ships to safety. This lighthouse is a powerful metaphor for the Stoic ideal of calmness, just as the lighthouse stands resilient. Against the storm, we too can learn to remain calm and steady in the face of life's challenges. The first principle of Stoicism that helps us achieve this calmness is the understanding of what we can and cannot control. Epicus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This simple yet powerful statement reminds us that while we cannot control external events, we have complete control over our own responses. By focusing on our own actions and attitudes, we can maintain our inner peace regardless of the chaos around music. Us consider the story of James Stockdale, a U.S. Navy pilot who was shot down and held as a prisoner of war. During the Vietnam War, Stockdale endured unimaginable hardships, including torture and solitary confinement. Yet he remained resilient and composed, drawing strength from Stoic philosophy. He focused on what he could control, his own thoughts and actions, rather than the dire circumstances he faced. This mental discipline not only helped him survive, but also inspired his fellow prisoners to do the same. Discipline is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of self-discipline in his meditations. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This discipline is not about rigid self-control or denying ourselves pleasure. Instead, it's about adapting habits and attitudes that lead to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. To develop this kind of discipline, we must practice mindfulness and self-awareness. By regularly reflecting on our thoughts and actions, we can identify patterns of behavior that lead to unnecessary stress and anxiety. For instance, we might notice that we often react with anger when things don't go our way. Instead of letting this anger control us, we can choose to respond with patience and understanding over time. These small changes in our behavior can lead to a drastic transformation in our overall sense of calm and well-being. Another key aspect of Stoic philosophy is the concept of amor fati, or love of fate. This means accepting everything that happens to us, whether good or bad, as an essential part of our life's journey. Seneca advised a wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. By accepting our circumstances with grace and gratitude, we can free ourselves from the constant desire for things to be different than they are. This acceptance does not mean passive resignation, but rather an active engagement with life as it is. Think of it this way. Life is like a river constantly flowing and changing. We cannot stop the river or change its course, but we can learn to navigate its currents with skill and grace. By accepting the river as it is, we can find peace and enjoyment in the journey, rather than constantly struggling against the current. Stoicism also teaches us the importance of viewing obstacles as opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When we encounter challenges, we should not see them as roadblocks, but as opportunities to develop our strength and resilience. Each obstacle we face is a chance to practice our virtue cheese and become better versions of ourselves. Take, for example, the story of Thomas Edison when his laboratory burned down in 1940. Destroying years of valuable research, Edison responded with remarkable calmness and optimism. Instead of lamenting his loss, he saw it as an opportunity to start anew. He famously said, "I am not discouraged because every wrong attempt discarded is another step forward." This mindset allowed him to continue his work and ultimately achieve great success in our own lives. We can adopt this Stoic approach by viewing setbacks and failures as valuable lessons. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, we can focus on what we can learn from the experience and how we can use it to improve ourselves. This shift in perspective can help us maintain our calm and composure even in the face of adversity. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with our values and principles. By staying true to what we believe in, we can maintain a sense of integrity and inner peace. This means making decisions based on what we know to be right, rather than succumbing to external pressures or fleeting desires. When we live authentically and align our actions with our values, we build a strong foundation of inner strength that cannot be easily shaken by external events. Consider the example of Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison for his fight against apartheid in South Africa. Despite the harsh conditions and the long years of imprisonment, Mandela remained steadfast in his commitment to justice and equality. His calm demeanor and unwavering principles inspired millions around the world and ultimately led to the end of apartheid. Mandela's life is a powerful testament to the strength that comes from living in accordance with one's values. In addition to these philosophical principles, practical techniques can help us develop calmness and inner strength. One such technique is the practice of daily meditation or mindfulness. By setting aside time each day to quiet our minds and focus on the present moment, we can develop greater self-awareness and emotional resilience. This practice can help us respond to life's challenges with greater clarity and composure. Another practical technique is journaling. By writing down our thoughts and reflections, we can gain insight into our own minds and identify areas where we can improve. Journaling allows us to process our emotions and experiences in a constructive way, helping us to maintain our inner peace and focus on what truly matters. Physical exercise is also an important aspect of maintaining calmness and strength. Regular exercise helps to reduce stress and improve our overall well-being. It also teaches us discipline and perseverance as we push ourselves to achieve our fitness goals. Whether it's through running, yoga, or weightlifting, physical activity can be a powerful tool for cultivating inner strength and resilience. In conclusion, the Stoic philosophy teaches us that true strength lies in our ability to remain calm and composed in the face of life's challenges. As we strive to embody these Stoic principles in our own lives, let us remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By fostering calm and disciplined minds, we can create a life of strength, resilience, and true contentment.